Okay, so for example, 7, first thing you should notice, we have two functions being multiplied together, and this function right here, eventually if you keep taking the derivative, it will go to 0, so we can do the tabular method. So because this one goes to 0, we'll let that be u, and our dv is going to be everything else. We make our chart, we take the derivatives of u until it gets to 0, and we take the antiderivatives of dv until we line up with the number of derivatives that we have for our u, okay? So we start off with our cosine 2x. And now remember, whenever you're doing the integral or the antiderivative, it's best to work backwards, okay? So we know that the derivative of sine is cosine. So that's why I wrote sine of 2x. But the issue is we have this 2x right here and we have the chain rule. So the chain rule here would give us times 2, but since we're doing the antiderivative, we're actually going to have to divide by 2. It's the opposite, okay? So if you want to go ahead and check this, I wrote it out to the side to kind of show you. So this divided by 2, we were going to bring it out to the side, and then we just have sine 2x. So now, if we take the derivative of this, we should get back to this because this is the antiderivative, right? So if we go in the opposite direction, that's taking the derivative. So a half is just going to tack on at the end. So the derivative of sine crap, which is 2x, is cosine crap times the derivative of the crap. And the derivative in this case would be 2, and that 2 would cancel with this 2, so we're back to cosine 2x, okay? So we'll do the exact same thing here. So we have sine, which means we're thinking cosine. So the derivative of cosine is negative sine. This is not negative, so we have to put a negative. Because there's the chain rule of a 2 here, we have to divide by a 2, but there's already a 2, so we put 4. Okay, then we work backwards again. We have cosine, which means it's going to be sine, so let's work backwards. The derivative of sine is positive cosine, but it's not positive, it's negative, so we tack on a negative. We have our chain rule, which is a 2, but we're doing the antiderivative, so instead of multiplying, we would divide. There's already a 4, so it becomes an 8. And then we just do the tabular method where we draw our lines and we multiply these together. And don't forget your plus, minus. And then we just simplify from there. And then that would be our final answer. And then we tack on that plus c because we are not evaluating it from anything.